your music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
One, two, 1, 2. You now rocking with the No Vultures podcast. You got me, myself, Lord Rab. You got OG Clee going away on a vacation. Free OG Clee. And today we got a very, 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 very special guest. Now, this guy is arguably one of the youngest faces to ever hit the scene during the East Coast, West Coast beef, during the Death Row bad boy shit. And a lot of times until people sit down and do interviews, we don't know their age. We think they grown men, you know what I'm saying, or grown women. And this guy has been on arguably one of the greatest albums of all time.
Wow, yes, sir.
By one of the best, in my opinion, the best artists of all time. And you might have heard him on, songs like Toss It Up, I Ain't Mad at You, What's Your Phone Number?
Yeah.
And the list goes on, man. Today we got the one and the only Danny Boy on No Vultures.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, bro.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to have you, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man.
I'm
I'm pushing this single, man, and ready to make some things happen.
Okay. Yeah. How is that though? How you been?
Well, it's a little different because as you said, I had an opportunity to do the Death Row thing, and that's been more than 25, 26 years where I had the opportunity to work, like you said, with I like to call him the king of rap, Tupac Shakur.
Absolutely.
And I don't take that for granted. That people still remember me, for the small thing that I was able to do with him on those songs. So I'm just excited to be able to have a door opening.
We'll allow you to have that humbleness, but
okay. So what you saying?
We ain't with that shit. It wasn't
go ahead.
Well, piece of that shit. No small contribution. This is a pop your shit podcast, man. This is a pop your shit because
I'm gonna definitely pop my shit
because
now,
we believe in like giving flowers, like right. And the thing is, you're somebody's favorite artist forever. You impacted people forever. Like that shit won't never change. That shit can't be erased.
Gratitude,
it can't be. It's like I'm sure you've had all kind of stories of people just explaining to you, what they did to your music, or like having a child, or what I'm saying, having a bad breakup, or getting shot, or just wild shit. I'm sure. So you are someone's favorite artist forever, and have created some pieces of art that's gonna last, forever in the test of time.
I'm humbled by it.
Yeah. So I got to give you the disclaimer. Go ahead. Started a podcast because we see all the other platforms, as far as like East Coast, some LA, but in the Bay Area we never had nothing from Northwest. From our perspective, it's not a Bay Area show. It's not a hip hop show. Right. It's a culture show.
Nice.
So all things culture, all things us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's including, different races, different sexes. It's no gender, it's no race on it. It's just us. Whatever's our culture, that's what we fuck with, right?
Kudos to that too.
And so we don't want just Danny Boy on here because, there was a controversy. Yes, Danny Boy had a fight at the supermarket. Let's try to get in contact with him. We just happy to have a legend. Sit down.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Yes, sir, bro.
So I want to talk about the beginning because really it's not a lot out there, right, about you, but born and raised in Chicago?
Born and raised, west side of Chicago, man. I moved to L.A. when I was about 15.
Damn, that's crazy. And so when you was coming up in Chicago, right, I like to ask people, you was in the Austin neighborhood, right?
I was. Damn, man, you got it. Y'all got me at that.
Yeah, but coming up in that neighborhood, what was the like soundtrack to your life? At least like if you walk outside, like what was the vibration and like what did you hear?
Man, that's a kind of vague question because as you said, I come from the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
That's the gutter. That's the middle. That's the middle of the city.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, gang banging, murders, the same shit that happened in everybody else's hood.
I'm judging off of your age. We similar in age, right?
Yes,
You're a little bit older than me, but I'm judging off of your age. Walking outside, the gangs look more like good times.
Hell no. The fuck, how old you think I am?
No,
That's my brother in the motherfucking game.
niggas had leather
What's happening?
jackets on.
Niggas saying, what's up, Jack?
What's up, Jack? That's some jive shit
No,
you talking,
that's
man.
some jive turkey shit.
No, but it was the 80s though, so right? Like, so
Hell no.
of course, those gangs existed though, like that exists today
Yeah.
without leadership, like
Yeah.
GDs and vice lords and all that. So
Yeah.
you saw that growing up.
For sure. The only difference is now is, as you stated, GDs and vice lords and the different branches of those, it was more organization.
Right.
Like there was certain shit that just wasn't allowed in Chicago that's being allowed now. More things are being ran by cliques, families, dudes that come up with each other and they just come up with new names. And when you started talking about vice lords and folks and things like that, like, if it was some shooting that was about to go on outside, the guys that called it on the block, they made sure, hey, all of the shorties need to go in the crib.
Right.
Y'all need to go in the crib because it's finna go down and ain't no ifs, and buts about it. You know what I mean? When the guys that was in charge where I was, that if it was school time, they was kind of asking us, hey, nigga, why you in that school?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and they knew that I was a singer, right? I've been a singer since a shorty. So I wasn't never really able to get out on the corner and sell $20 bags of weed, rocks. So they be like, man, fuck you doing? You need to be man. Sing a song. I'll give you a dub, nigga. Here,
get your ass out of here.
You understand what I'm saying? So I never really, I was always around it. I come from around that, but it was a little more put together, but it wasn't a whole what's up jive turkey thing.
Right. So that's a choir background, though, right? Did you go to church? Did you sing
for sure.
in church?
I
Right, the choir background.
I'm a church boy.
And the common denominator on this show with all artists, like whether they just hardcore rappers with melody or people that actually sing, they all had that in common.
Yeah, no doubt.
They all had that and I like to point that out, is because in black households, we don't really get enough credit for how faithful we are, for one, because the world look at us like animals.
Right.
But we grow up God-fearing.
Yeah.
Everybody grow up in the church.
Grow up with some kind of spiritual thing.
Right. So we don't just, people, I don't know, the rest of the world think we just jump off the porch with guns. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So how was that growing up in church, and how did you even discover this talent, first of all?
All right, so I come from a singing family. Most of my family was known for doing gospel music.
Okay.
My aunts.
Okay.
And my uncles, they always had a family choir. And my mother actually could sing before she had several strokes. And she had a speech impediment that stopped her from, speaking and singing regular.
Okay.
And man, I just was always around when my uncles and aunties got together to sing and did rehearsals. I was always there, like listening to the harmonies and learning all the old school songs, because we all come up in church. And it took for my grandmother and mother to go to a concert, and they come back bragging about this girl at this concert, where I was like, nah, man, I'm getting up Sunday. And I got up Sunday and I stood on a chair at the church and I sang a song.
Wow.
And really kind of since that day, and I believe I was probably about 10 years old.
Wow.
My grandmother then made sure that I sang on sturdy seats, that if you was gonna stand up there, make sure you don't fall off. You know what I mean? And it grew up. And even through my teen years, I had an opportunity to, like you said, we come up, our culture, we know about God, we know about church. And I always kept that a part of myself. But, now I don't consider myself, a lot of people be like, oh man, I'm this and I'm that. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, but I also believe that we got to be real with ourselves and not be condemning. I don't play the whole church thing. I played that we're going to be at church at 9 and we get out at 1.
Right.
I didn't play that part already. Right now it's more about relationship to me with God than anything.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, because that hold a lot of people back from actually having a relationship with God, thinking that they have to do the extras.
Even how we are, man. I smoke weed. I mean, whoever I am, like, whether dope dealer, drug dealer, prostitute, whatever it is, it's like, most of us don't get an opportunity to really be who we are, especially to God. So we really fake it to other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know, as far as Chicago, right? A lot of urban people don't know, at least, but Chicago somewhat, had a lot of racist past, a lot of racial issues, and there's a big divide as far as, that. Well, I'm sure when you grew up, at some point there was a middle class and working class. But I mean, as far as like blacks and whites.
Still segregated right now.
Segregated.
Yes, for sure.
It's barely any mixing.
For sure.
How was that, though? And did you intertwine with white people?
I can remember. I can almost count on my hand how many white people it was in our neighborhood when you say on the west side.
Right.
But usually there's a Puerto Rican family or Latino family, a Spanish family, and they was just like the sisters and brothers on the block because we grew up together. You know what I mean? We grew up together, and as you say, segregated. I can look at Chicago now, me being there. There is a Chinatown. There is a Puerto Rican area with a Puerto Rican flag. But for black people, we really don't have that. We're just
suffer
everywhere.
that
And that's almost
every
everywhere
town.
all around the world. We don't get that space to say this is our area. This is where we shop.
That's crazy,
and this
man.
is where we push things at. But I think that's what we should set forth. The guys that's in our age that still got that energy, still got that time and youthfulness.
Absolutely.
We should be able to set those type of things in our neighborhoods to
Definitely.
say, hey, yeah, we here too.
Definitely.
Yep. Hell yeah.
As a young man growing up, and of course you said how it wasn't really hard to avoid real problems because anybody that was into those type of things looked at you like, nah, we can't let him. Like,
Oh, for sure.
That's the responsible part I love about gangster shit.
Yeah, man,
Because
for
real
sure.
gangsters always was responsible. They never really try to force you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, or trick you. Like,
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't
It
know
is.
where other people grew up,
Yeah.
but that was never a thing. Like,
Yeah.
real gangsters be like,
Yeah.
nah, man, you need to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every gangster I've ever met.
Yeah.
And that I still know. And niggas that really like they don't care about the music thing. They listen to it because they like music.
Right.
But they not a part of the music. They not a part of no industry. They like if they have to kill somebody tomorrow, that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
But one thing that I've always had, out of knowing those guys, they'd be like, man, no, man, you got the gift.
You got it.
And that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just with the killer. I'm just saying with anybody.
Yeah.
My old man, I can remember my dad because he was born 1926 on Christmas.
Wow.
He was an old man.
Wow.
And I didn't understand how my old man, he did construction. But my old man would hang around firemen. He would hang around police. He would hang around lawyers. And then I would go back home when, after doing the death row thing, and he'd be on the corner around a garbage can hanging with homeless men.
Yeah.
Just chilling with them and drinking beers.
Right.
And that showed me something. I used to always wonder what it was. And when I got older, he always explained to me, you got to learn how to kick it with everybody.
True.
You gonna get something from everybody, man.
True.
So
True.
yeah.
That's dope.
No doubt.
Like, how was your teenage years and growing up with your peers? Like, because being a singer, like, growing up in the 80s, hip-hop was flourishing, it was growing, and it was spreading rapid. Break dancing, graffiti, just all the elements of, like, hip-hop. So actually singing, was there any other people you had that in common with? Like, friends, like peers?
So, like you said, the 80s, it was more of the breakdancing, more of my sister and brothers, and I kind of remember those things. The 90s, for me in Chicago, was more, crucial conflict.
Is that when you started the committee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny, man. Yeah, that's right around that time.
Yeah.
Crucial conflict and Twister.
Twister.
You know what I mean? And R. Kelly career was, like really kind of like steaming off. I remember doing talent shows where R. Kelly was in public announcement was together.
Public
as a group.
announcement. Yeah.
So that kind of music, man, it's what we come up under. That's what we get our bread from.
Did you have that exposure to like George and Regina Daniels?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Shout out to them, man. George and Regina Daniels was a big breaking point for every artist that came through the city of Chicago. Because George Daniels, if you were out to do a meet and greet and you were trying to push a record,
Right.
you had to go to George's music room.
Absolutely.
To do that on the west side, and lines would be packed up all around the corner. Thousands of people waiting to meet everybody from Janet Jackson to the Fat Boys. Anybody you can think of.
Yeah.
He bought them to that town.
Yeah,
And
that's super
I
dope.
appreciate knowing them because they always gave me that in, like when I did something to make sure that people knew what I
That's
was doing.
dope. I think every city should have that and even now it's less now because of the way music is consumed.
Yeah.
But we still need those places. We still need those hubs.
Yeah,
Even-
because how you meet people.
how do you meet people?
I appreciate bro for
Right.
opening up this place.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? To do a meet and greet
Absolutely.
because how else will we get to our people?
Man.
Because there isn't any more places.
Man, and I appreciate you from coming from the old era and still have the energy to do this still.
Thank you, no
wanna,
doubt, man.
Want to meet people because
Yeah.
this shit get hard. You know what I'm
does.
saying? The industry burn you out.
Yeah,
So
it does.
from being a teenager and doing music, like how does a young Danny Stewart,
Yeah.
how does a young Danny Stewart get from Chicago to LA?
So as a young Danny Boy Stewart, I went with an independent company.
Okay.
You know, Shorty Capone, he had a company by the name of Raw Dope. He was shopping a deal. We were out to shop the deal for a group called Fusky and Crucial Conflict. They had a deal meeting later that day. I had a deal meeting later that day. We stopped by Interscope. And as we were sitting in the office, you know, Suge Knight walked into Interscope.
Okay.
And Shorty started hollering at him, and, you know, he told him, oh, yeah, I'm going to take my boy over to Scotty Brothers or Warner Brothers, and they got a meeting for him. He going to do a showcase for him. And Suge looked at me, he like, man, bust something. He thought I rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? I started singing. He was like, shit, hold on, little homie. Hold on. He ran out the room. He come back in, and he got this little short white man with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know who the white man was. And he say, hey, bust that shit again.
Yeah.
So I sang again, and immediately he just started throwing numbers at Shorty. Man, I want him. I'll give you da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow.
Da-da-da-da-da. And that was Jimmy Iovine that he brought in the room.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just getting there and getting the permission from your parents.
Yeah.
How was that?
So my mom was always kind of sickly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She had suffered from the strokes, and at this time she was going through a lot of open heart surgeries and triple bypasses and things like that. I had always been what you called up is my mother's proxy. I mean, I would sign for my mother. I would do her signature on her important papers they allowed me to sign for. So when she found out that I was going to do the deal, she knew I was with Shorty and them. But when she found out I was going to do the deal with Death Row, you know, they really kind of wanted me to wait to sign a contract. Well, you need a lawyer and you need a da-da-da-da. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I've been signing papers at the public aid office. I've been signing papers at the Social Security office. I'm finna sign these Death Row goddamn papers.
So unlike other artists your age, you didn't need to be emancipated.
No.
Because you was already handling grown business.
Because I was handling my mother's business. But what got me in trouble, I moved to L.A. And shout out to DJ Quik. DJ Quik gave me some weed. I was like 15, 16 years old. DJ Quik gave me some weed, and I light the shit up. And I'm at the board. I light that shit up, man. And my motherfucking head got tight as hell. So, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe it's like a little headache, a little headache or something. So I smoked some more, and the shit got tighter. The last part I remember was my head getting tight, and I flatlined and fell out right on the SSL board. And I wake up in the hallway with me on a stretcher.
Wow.
The ambulance got me pulling me in the hallway. I'm high as hell. They get me to the hospital. They like, yeah, so what's going on? I'm high as hell in there, so I'm sure I'm talking off the wall.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, so where's your parents? Social services is on the way. Social services are on the way in the room to talk to you. I got on the gown and shit. I got me and my baby mama. I'm like, come on, we finna get the fuck up out of here, because I knew they was gonna try to put me, you know, through the system.
Right.
And I kind of talked to Suge about it. He laughed, but Suge was my guardian. He became my guardian in the state. You have to have a guardian in order to be in the business.
That was dope. Because I knew you was under Suge like a son too.
Oh yeah.
At that point. So we talking 93 here.
We talking 95, 94, 95.
94, 95. Oh, I'm going to say 94.
94, 95.
Yeah, because you ended up on Murder Was the Case.
Yes, I ended up on Murder Was the Case.
Come When I Call.
Yes.
Produced by Quik.
Yes. I just came around.
Just came around and did that. Which, by the way, one of the dopest soundtracks ever.
Man!
You know what I'm saying? And Death Row at the time was responsible for that one and Above the Rim.
Yeah.
So two of the dopest soundtracks ever. And how was that getting in the studio with Quik? Because you was familiar with Quik, of course, already. Quik by this point.
You know, again, I was a church boy.
Yeah.
But who hadn't heard, you know, one of DJ Quik songs?
Right,
and shit,
right. At least tonight.
I kind of heard Tonight,
yeah,
and I heard,
yeah.
you know, Too Short. You know, so there was certain artists that if you just know you heard before, right? But when I got in the studio with DJ Quik, Suge put me in the studio with him. Quik instantly took me under his wings, and he put him in charge of recording my records. So I spent a lot of days in the studio with Quik pulling the albums together. And
I know
writers
Quik was one of the people you was as tightest with.
That dude, Dr. Dre, to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the teacher. If Dr. Dre is the doctor, he's the surgeon.
Do you think your relationship with Quik, and because this is one thing that I feel about Quik, it's the same thing as how he was able to work with the Tony Tones of the world.
Yeah.
All of those guys. Quik is a musical genius.
Yes, he is.
So I'm assuming as soon as he heard you, he was like, "Oh shit,
On me every day.
this is it." Like,
every day.
yeah.
Like he stopped doing everybody else, and every day he was pressing to put my record together.
Wow.
And the songs that he was coming up with, like I was doing remake songs. Leroy Hudson, Leroy Hudson, and I remade the song "Lady" by Kenny Rogers. We brought in a full orchestra for us to cut that record. Yeah, and that was things that DJ Quik was doing.
Quik the man.
Amazing.
And you know what's crazy is, I was telling somebody this the other day, an artist by the name of Jane Hancock. She signed to Death Row right now. But I was telling her that I didn't realize how many of the older songs was covers. Like all of fucking Luther Vandross hits.
No doubt.
It's us old songs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
right? And then I start thinking about the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I'm like, shit.
Wow.
These are a lot of older songs. Like these are not samples. These are these songs. You know what I mean? So that's just crazy to think about. Some of the biggest songs of all time is covers, you know.
Yeah.
And like for a singer, I think everyone should do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
The environment in Death Row. So you go in the studio, you start building a relationship with Quik. Is this Can-Am?
No, we was over at Larrabee's, and then with Skip Sailors.
Okay.
A joint called Skip Sailors in L.A. that
Okay.
he liked working out of.
So
we worked there first, and then the Can-Am.
and then the Can-Am. So, but I'm assuming Quik is Quik, right?
Yeah.
Quik is from Compton. What was any of his friends around?
Yeah, all these niggas was hood.
These niggas around. So you coming in church, boy. I mean,
No,
you've been around.
but let me tell you now, I'm hood.
You
I'm
hood,
church
though.
boy.
But
But
you
the
hood.
niggas that bought me,
Okay.
they the Suge of Chicago.
Okay.
Like these wasn't no church niggas. They was
Yeah.
no far away. I was the nigga that was praying when they was doing weird shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But these dudes was like, they wasn't. We went there. I wasn't hanging. I was raised around these type of people. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm the church boy. I'm the singer. But you know, it wasn't no different. Like I felt like with these niggas that I was hanging around, such as Quik and things like the Quik and all those people. Yeah, they homies was around.
That's
They was
crazy.
there.
And did you feel that same reaction from all of these gangsters? Because of course, Quik a gangster should come from the life. If you getting this reaction from these guys, are you getting this reaction in the studio from everybody?
The same reaction, at least from that side.
Yeah.
I could say at least from Quik and the people that I was hanging around.
Was you already super confident, or was this like validity? Was this your validation? Like, nigga, I'm that nigga. Like,
No, it wasn't because I was scared. I was always scared.
You was still
as a
scared?
singer, yeah, it's time to sing. Oh man, it's time. Me. Yeah, but when it's time to do what it was, and you see that the difference about music is, man, no matter who you are, it ain't no agenda thing. It ain't, man, I sing gangsters cry.
Right.
When I sang songs before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really about the movement of the song and what you sing, man. And it's, that's what I noticed. It took me a while to be like, man, that nigga, he pumped the line. That's a real blood. That's a real crip. But he kind of like Sam Cooke.
Yeah, he like that. Yeah.
So at worst, make sure, nigga, you keep singing, change gonna come around.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
When the environment of Death Row, the notorious stories and the office. I mean, we've heard all of these things over and over and over. And of course, you met Suge on, like, musical shit.
Yeah.
But when was the first time you saw something and you was like,
Shit.
what the fuck?
Week 1. Week motherfucking 1.
Week 1.
Nigga, we did a motherfucking. They took us from wherever we were. They took us from L.A. to Vegas.
Okay.
Live show. They finna do a show. They doing a live recording of an award ceremony. And I'm from Chicago. I mean, I know what our gangbanging signs is.
Mm-hmm.
But for somehow at this show, while they filming, and it's people, it's like Lionel Richie and all kinds of motherfuckers in the audience. I'm looking around like, damn, that's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
So we walking up, and the guy's up there, and he did, whatever he did, and put this sign up, and one of Suge homies walk up on the stage and knocked him completely out.
Shit.
I'm looking around like, the fuck I done got involved in? This ain't church.
Right. Any fan of any sort would want to know this. While we own award shows, a great transition. 95.
Woo!
Right.
Woo!
I mean, you were screaming.
Yeah, I was happy as a motherfucker. You been in on the awards before? A motherfucker ever told you to come up on the awards? Let a motherfucker tell you come walk up here with me.
But listen,
I didn't even hear him when he said come up.
I just thought at that point you was like, because it's not the internet. Yeah. We don't have bios.
Yeah, man, they better be glad with no Instagram and all that shit.
I'm thinking in my mind, like, you like Tupac to me at this. I'm like, who is this wild nigga? Like, why is he?
Listen.
Like, why is he screaming? Like,
happy as a motherfucker. Now that I looked at it, I can explain the shit.
But you was a teenager.
Yeah, for sure.
None of us knew that.
I was 16, tall as a motherfucker. I wasn't this fat and shit.
That's crazy.
I had a head full of hair. Well, I was pretty as a motherfucker. This man, and I didn't hear when Suge said come up on the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? One of the homies was like, Suge said come up. He said come up. Whoa, shit.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Because it was the awards.
Right.
It was the first year of the awards. I knew what it was. Mm-hmm. And I had that opportunity to walk up
and
on the stage.
And this the source.
It's the source.
This is us.
Yeah, I'm hollering because I'm going up there, right?
Right. I'm
actually not hollering because everything Suge saying.
Did you even hear it?
Hell yeah, I'm hearing it. But I'm in the middle of hollering already. I'm woo! And this nigga going, we in New York, and this nigga saying, if you don't want to da-da-da-da come to that, I'm like, woo! In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, but it was what it was. I wasn't scared.
Right.
Because I wasn't with the team that was scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I heard people tell this story different. Your account was, no, we came out there 150 deep.
What was somebody else's account?
People always talk like, we in New York, we outnumbered, but if all these niggas ain't together.
Who said that?
Every story I wrote, have y'all heard that?
You can say, first off, we were with respect.
Okay.
Because we got to go respectful with this because Danny Boy got out of seat. What was we talking about? And I'll be in New York. And my motherfucker team ain't deep. So,
it ain't the same thing.
Oh, that shit is not the same. So to answer that though,
yeah,
we was 150 something deep every time we rolled. That wasn't no new shit.
Right.
Every time we rolled, it was okay. Suge and his artists and a bunch of Suge homies that he helped get out of jail. And these niggas was happy to be on the road. He putting them in nice cars, giving them an opportunity. So it was a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just because it was a blood or Crip thing. It was beautiful because you knew that these guys came from the hood, from where he came from, and he was giving them an opportunity. And they would bust an apple open for him because they knew that if he said, get that motherfucking seed from out of that apple,
yeah,
they was going to go get it.
Right.
Yeah.
How much were you familiar with their previous issues, Suge and Puffy's?
And there wasn't no previous issues. I don't think it was like
the Atlanta shit had happened already.
I mean, I was there around. I was there during that time.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was a part of the label, and I knew Jake.
Okay,
I knew Jake. Rest in peace.
That's crazy. And
I was on the label then.
And I think the other guy that was involved in that situation would be Wolf, and he's no longer living. But going to New York, is it okay? Let me ask you this: had you guys visited? You didn't visit, but had you rolled with Pac yet to visit Tupac prior to the award show?
Had I rolled with Suge?
Because you used to sit across the street in the restaurant.
Exactly. And I never visited. I never had an opportunity.
But you went with Suge while he was going to visit. I was there
across the street, didn't know that that's what he was doing, but I sat in the restaurant while he was over there, whatever deals he was making, I was in the restaurant.
Now, had any of these meetings happened prior to the award show?
Yes.
So.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Had any of those meetings happened prior to Not really. I think it was.
But they were in communication.
I think they were in communication, and Suge had already had in mind and in plans that Pac was coming over to Death Row, and Suge was starting to push the line that Pac was coming. So I don't think we had went and visit. Because
people always say about the line at Puffy, but I don't think they like. I'm a rap nerd, so I like to make every correlation.
Yeah, you know this shit too, man. I must say, you coming up with some shit. Yeah, so you got your tooth pulled when you was 4 years old. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, actually, who told you that?
So he Pac is in jail, and Suge is basically bigging Pac up. It's obvious that he has Pac back, and Pac is all over the Above the Rim soundtrack, but people don't really pay attention to that. So he has
And
Death Row releases.
to my understanding, Pac and Death Row and Snoop and all those guys, they weren't on Interscope, so they already had a working relationship. It just was Pac was directly on Interscope, and Suge went over there and got him when they left him.
Yeah, and so Suge is on the stage, and Suge says, "I want to give a shout out to the homie Pac. Keep your head up." So it's like, okay, we already know some weird shit happened in New York. Pac had did the Vibe interview where he changed the names of people and all of this, right? So this whole situation is very intense. You up there yelling, you know what I'm saying? And he says, and these is aggressive people on the stage too. Like everybody's not
aggressive on the stage, but it's a whole lot of aggressive motherfuckers all in the rafters too.
Right. Yeah. And Suge says the infamous, if you don't want your producer all in the video, come to Death Row. Walking off that stage and getting back into the crowd.
Right there.
What was the environment like?
Shit. I don't know if
was it penitentiary tense?
Not at
to
all.
me, it seemed like you could just cut it with a knife.
I mean, you know, like we there, but you know, a lot of people misconstrued the whole. It was an East Coast West Coast situation, right? I don't recall that. Why I don't recall that? Because we went to New York a lot. And Suge had a lot of homies and friends that was in New York. You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't seem to be a problem with New York. It seemed to be a problem between maybe Puffy and Suge or Bad Boy and Death Row. But it was made like it's an East Coast, West Coast thing, don't go here. Bullshit.
Right.
It was people like Wu-Tang and all those kind of guys getting ready to come over to Death Row for Suge to manage them.
Right, I remember that.
You know what I mean? He went over on the East Coast helping with artists like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci, helping them go get a check in the beginning.
That's a fact.
So it's kind of hard to say it was an East Coast, West Coast thing. And all of the pretty bitches was in New York.
Right,
like, what nobody said, we not going to no fucking New York. Like, we mad at y'all, we not coming over there. Bullshit, we in Brooklyn.
We in Brooklyn.
I remember knocking on project doors and shit, like, let's go in this motherfucker, see how many motherfuckers we can get. Knocking on project doors, bro.
Wow.
And they was coming out of there by the droves, getting in limos.
Damn. Yeah. Pac coming home, and they're starting to cover this, right, as an East Coast, West Coast beef.
Yeah.
I got to always say this.
Sell records. I ain't mad at that.
But we always got to hold the people responsible. Now that I'm a journalist and doing journalistic work, I like to say that, you know, he admitted it, but Kevin Powell was being irresponsible with Vibe. A lot of people was being irresponsible with their journalism. It was like the first Instagram.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, like, we couldn't wait to get the next publication, and the headline was everything. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And so, Pac getting released and getting out. I don't know if I heard this story right, or I don't know if you was there, but he like passed out.
Yeah, I was right there.
You was right there.
I put that in my book, Stranded on Death Row.
Yeah.
So he get to the back door of the studio of Can-Am. Everybody's in the inside waiting for Pac to come in. He get out of the limousine. He step about 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam! That motherfucker fell straight on his face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think he was anxious? Do you think?
Hell yeah.
That's
anxiety.
What it was. It was just anxiety.
I just had an anxiety attack the other day, so shit. If I can look at it now, for sure, the nigga, he had anxiety like a motherfucker. And I seen it with my own eyes. Like, it wasn't no, nigga wasn't on no crack, no drugs and no shit like that. He had been smoking, had been drinking.
Yeah.
And he was at a time, man, dude just got out of jail.
Just got
and
out
by
of
the
jail.
way, he was just welcome into the largest family that was around. Death Row Records wasn't nothing no bigger than that. So that's some shit to make you want to pass out.
It is.
Yeah, coming from a cell to some shit like that.
How long did it take him to get in the groove?
To get
Pac.
into shit. When Pac got up off the ground, I remember them talking and, you know, motherfuckers laughing and wiping them out, throwing some water on them. When Pac entered that studio and got in that studio, there was no turning back.
It was on.
Nigga, every artist around had to be jealous. Okay, let me just say me.
Right.
All right, I mean, maybe I was jealous, and I'm just speaking and being transparent.
No,
don't play like I'm the only motherfucker that's
it was
looking
probably
like
everybody. Yeah,
everything around is about Pac.
Right.
What removed that jealousy was that even though it was about Pac still shined that shit on everybody
else.
Man, he had everybody in the studio, niggas you never heard of.
I never heard niggas after him. You know what I'm saying?
And he put him in the
never heard
booth
none of
and
them
get him
niggas-
16.
I never heard none of them niggas afterwards. Like,
The song lasts 10 motherfucking minutes on the album, and he let him rap 5 minutes of it.
and Suge got Pac with the green light. He can do what he want to do.
And it was amazing, man. Him working on this double album and him putting artists on, and me working in Can-Am. I'm in A or B studio, and he's in A or B studio, whichever one they had it. And I remember times, man, him coming in the booth while I'm recording. I know that they got records. I know that they got tapes with Pac on there, coming in the studio like joking and making noises and shit and irritating me.
Right.
Because I won't come and get off the motherfucking mic and go in the back and get on the microphone. Hey, DB, come here.
Yeah.
Come here. Look. All right, man, come on. Get the fuck off the mic.
Yeah.
And he be doing all kinds of silly shit and tell me while I'm recording, come in the back. Let's do something. And that's how I got in the back and I did songs like I Ain't Mad at You. And picture me rolling.
So if he's telling you to come in there, in that room,
Yeah.
was you in the whack room?
No, they ain't. Hell no. But nothing. So the thing
So it's
was,
3 studios.
So the whack room is what they kind of call, right? I forgot who came up with that. Somebody took credit for the other day. Like niggas take weird credit.
Was it LT Hutton?
What,
He was
came-
in the whack room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it was that took the credit for it. I don't give a fuck who came up with the name of the room, but the room was a little production room. And it was either some artists, producers that was around that really wasn't quite on. And them actually came some hits out of that room.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
no, but that room was a room that was on the side, but I was in the main studio.
Okay.
As I told you, I was like the son of Suge Knight.
Right,
So
right.
motherfucker was kind of mad at me anyway because, I'm in the A room every day.
Right.
You're not getting in this motherfucker if I want to get in the studio. I'm in there eating hot wings, listening to motherfucking records. Fuck is you talking about? No, you can't get in here. So I can imagine why some niggas don't speak to me now.
Yeah, I could too.
Well, my father, I was fucking 15, 16. Imagine that.
Youngster.
Yeah. And
What
them
was-
hot wings was good. Go
What
ahead.
was the vibe of, or what was Dr. Dre fading prior to Pac getting there?
I could see, it's kind of hard to see that transition because Dr. Dre was like, again, like the surgeon that he only came in when it was time to do some surgery, so to say.
Right.
You never really seen Dr. Dre. Dre had his
So
own
Dr. Dre
compound.
never just hung out at Death Row.
Hell no. I ain't never seen Dre in the studio. Just when Dre came, all kinds of shit changed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If Dre wasn't there, like Snoop and them be fighting dogs in the motherfucking booth. It's blood in motherfucking where 2 dead dogs in the motherfucking back. God damn it, all kinds of shit. Motherfuckers fucking in the front booth. Dr. Dre come there. It is the most
Ain't none of that shit.
professional motherfucking place. Niggas kind of get in their vibe. They're not finna let you in the studio.
How many times did you work with Dre?
I've worked with Dre only once on one song.
Is it
And
true?
it was real light.
It was real light.
Yeah, but man,
so
quicker than
did you have the
Dolly
experience?
Parton marriages.
What everybody else say?
What?
Is it to do it again? Did you have that, Dre?
But, yeah. When you say do it again, like what's that?
Dre said, people say is no matter what you do when you do it with Dre, he's gonna tell you to do it again.
Man, that's every producer.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking shit? That
They
ain't
said
nothing
Dre
to claim.
is a perfectionist though.
Oh, no.
Say it like this.
I mean, Quik is too. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to differentiate. I think working with a great producer, you're gonna get that.
Did Quik not get enough credit during
For
Death
sure.
Row?
For during Death Row and doing right now. For sure. For sure. That man's amazing.
He is.
Amazing. And not only amazing producer, an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. Because you meet a lot of people in this shit that's gifted, but
Mm-hmm.
but like they hard ain't shit.
Right. Right.
And
Man,
they
that's
emptied in the
crazy.
motherfucking inside.
That's crazy. You're right.
Yeah.
As Dre is not as much present, it doesn't really matter that much, right? Because the hits is still coming out. But of course, Pac felt a certain way because Dre wasn't there.
Yeah.
And of course, Pac being the hip hop guy that he is, he's expecting to work with Dr. Dre probably in the same way
I
Ice
think he
Cube
could have
worked.
worked. I think he could have worked with him. I think he was kind of mad that everybody else around felt like they couldn't work with Dre.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Pac
So
would've-
Pac was just
he was rallying for everybody
For
else.
the
I
people.
believe. Yeah, for real.
Wow.
That's what I believe. I don't even think it was about him. Like he fucking got a song, took a song. Like what? You gonna tell him no? I don't think I can recall him saying he wanted to work with Dr. Dre and Dre said no, I ain't coming to the studio.
y'all got the best technology, of course, because this is Death Row.
Yeah.
It's 95. Is this real to real, or is
We
these,
real to
or is
real.
these dats?
We real to real that, and we created that whole Pro Tools shit over at Death Row. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say we created it, but we was the ones that put that shit to work. All that shit you hear, Dr. Dre slamming doors and shit, and welcome to Death Row. All
Right,
that shit.
right.
You used to have to rent a whole rig
Yeah.
That motherfucker came in a big ass box that you had to rent in the studio, and you had to get a certain motherfucker that could only run Pro Tools. That when it came out. So yeah, I think they paved the way for a lot of shit.
I didn't even know Pro Tools was out then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn.
For sure.
That's crazy.
For sure.
So, but like so I mean, and that was I was leading this question up into like, if it was Real to Real or Pro Tools, somehow y'all ended up with No Diggity beat.
It was kind of remade. We didn't end up with it. Suge
yeah.
heard the damn beat with Interscope. Jimmy Iovine played it
And
for him.
he took it though physically.
I mean, he came in with the motherfucker, remake this shit. We finna do something. We finna do Toss It Up to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you jumping on Toss It Up.
I'm jumping on any motherfucking thing they say coming out.
So when but No Diggity hasn't dropped.
Nah. we was getting ready to drop right on their ass, right with them.
And this song Pocket's taking shots.
Yeah.
No More Dre Day, Arriva Dirce.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took y'all beat because y'all wasn't rocking it right.
Yeah. I didn't say that, y'all. Dre, I didn't say that. I already got problems. Snoop think I'm saying some shit. I didn't say that.
But that shit happened. Are you aware what's going
Hell
on?
yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Suge said record. I'm in the studio with Casey and JoJo, Pac on the song, and Aaron Hall.
I'm going in.
Man, fuck everybody and fuck what they thinking about. Yes, I'm in here recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do my part. That's me singing all the hot shit.
Right.
I'm excited as a motherfucker.
How much if this is the center, how much of Danny Boy Stewart is turning into Danny Boy, the kind of Death Row thug? Are you thugging a little bit at Death Row?
What you mean when you say that?
Like, you know, because if you get there, this is human.
Yeah.
It's a certain amount of power associated with being.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Suge's son at this time.
I come up around power. So you know.
So
what I
it
mean?
didn't affect you.
So it didn't. I can't say it didn't affect me. I just know I've always knew what button I could push and couldn't push.
Because I hear you saying in this interview a couple of times, I wasn't worried about shit.
No,
and in my mind, I'm
Even not
thinking
today.
you wasn't worried about shit.
Not today neither.
Yeah, okay.
Not
So
today
it's
neither.
just you.
It's just me.
Right, okay.
Like I
okay.
come up around some dudes, like I might know I'm me. I try to be me,
Right.
100% organically me. But I got some niggas that if those are the problems that you want,
Right.
I got some niggas that really love me, that they love those kind of problems. Maybe y'all should meet. And then
y'all
I like
go,
singing.
y'all go hang out.
You know,
man.
but if you want some rah-rah shit, like
Right.
I got some guys that really love that shit.
Right,
Like
right.
leave me the fuck alone.
Right, I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
So, what was Snoop like at this time? I mean, I could imagine, you know, if Scottie Pippen, well, I won't say Scottie Pippen, if a draft pick
Yeah.
had came in and turned into Michael Jordan on
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. If
Yeah.
if that would be my analogy to what
That's a
Snoop
good way to
is.
put it.
It's the biggest rapper in the world.
That's a good way to put
The
it.
most famous guy that ever touched a mic,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And here comes Tupac.
Here come Tupac loud.
No
ass.
matter what relationship they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Pac, Snoop seemed like very welcoming and he wanted that team thing.
Yeah.
But I also saw a side of Snoop that didn't want the beef shit. Like, as far as it seemed like he wanted to be cool with, he spoke on it in public, like
Spoke on what?
wanting to be cool with bad boy people.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
This is when I have to digress.
Okay.
No,
well,
but I'm not. No, I'm
in
not gonna
public
stop you
he
from
said
saying-
it.
Yeah.
So
when
he
said, what
said,
year was
this is part of the, getting on the plane, putting the blanket over his head, having to leave his bodyguard and going with Suge and Pac because he spoke on the radio and said he didn't have no problem with them. He had love for them.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that Snoop spirit. I mean, I can't say I know him like that.
Right.
First off, but you know what I mean. Like, out of hearing him and seeing his demeanor, and being around and knowing that he did that interview, that was something that had Suge and them kind of pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And it would, because everything that's rolling out of Death Row, we either roll on their ass, they rolling with us, or we rolling over them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine him going to do that. But that's a mature move. Now that I look at it as a man, you know what I mean? That's organic. If that's what it was, and you saying that because again, Snoop come up, he was just as big as Pac was.
Yes.
So I'm sure there was East Coast and West Coast relationships that people just didn't want to affect. and not have anything to do with.
Absolutely.
But you know, for me, that's one way. You know, that's not a two-way street. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Dre, again, is kind of like, you know, exiting a little bit, and everybody, the world kind of knows it, right? Yeah. And then at one point it was announced, but going back just a little bit when Pac first getting there, Dre didn't want Pac on California Love.
That's what I heard. I don't think he didn't want him on California Love. I think Dre was using that for his album.
It wasn't intended for Pac.
Right, it wasn't intended for Pac album.
But everything was green for Pac.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So if Pac wanted, he get it.
And I don't know if he was kind of moving with that, but like it kind of make more sense.
It made a lot of sense.
Everybody was checking for Pac. Like, so, you know, you working on your album, do you want to come in here and sing on this motherfucking album that's finna come out?
And then, because, you know, for a young man, you seeing a lot of shit. I don't know what your take on it is. I kind of think about what my take would be. I'm going to be honest with you. If they would have signed me to Death Row, I probably wouldn't have been as strong as you. I would have got lost in the sauce.
Oh, I got lost.
Oh, okay. Because it was too much shit going on.
I got lost. I wasn't a church boy. Like, okay. I said church boy. I wasn't over there just praying. Thank you, Jesus, when the shit was going on.
I just mean as far as, like, you seeing so much. And I'm still at Dr. Dre, right? So I'm thinking, like, that's, like, Miss LA is his baby's mom.
Miss LA, the singer.
The singer.
Yeah, her.
Miss LA is his baby's mom.
Yeah, her.
Right? Something in my heart.
Her. Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
She starts to transition into being Suge's something. I don't know what they were.
His girl. That was his
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at one time she called a little shots for Death Row, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she fucked up Death Row. But we're not supposed to talk about that no more. But yeah, that's her.
Yeah. But so when you see things like this happening, right? Like what's going on in young Danny Boy's mind? Like, damn. Are you thinking like, damn, she for everybody, or are you thinking like,
oh, she definitely was for everybody in my mind. Like, the fuck else you gonna judge it? Like, if she from our hood, I'm not gonna make it special because it's her.
Right.
No, she for everybody. I know she was with him, but like, I was with Suge when he was picking her up and you know, sneaking her right around the corner. She had a townhouse right around the corner from Can-Am. Yeah, so yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
so that sneaky link shit ain't just come up. That shit been linking.
It been going on.
Yeah.
And you
old school sneaky link.
You yourself have known to been a sniper, right? And I don't know, some of these are by accident. But one in particular story that I thought was very interesting.
You funny because you know this shit too. I need to speak to the director. Where the fuck is this? Where is this teleprompter at? Where the fuck is this teleprompter? No, go ahead, my bad.
The Mary J. Blige thing.
Man.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. With me, I would have gave you all my young bitches to switch with you at the moment.
Shit.
I would have let you have all my young hoes to have Mary J. Blige.
Wow.
When you had but, and that is a very real, like, situation because you wasn't pressing nobody. So, these ladies, first of all, I don't think nobody knew how old you were.
Yeah, let's clear that up. Because even when I talked in the interview, you know, people were thinking I was trying to, like, Me Too Mary or some shit like that. Here you go. Thinking I was trying to Me Too her when I said something about it. And I was really just talking shit around the campfire. You know what I mean? A lot of people attacked me in my interview. They was like, man, I wouldn't have never, you a bitch-ass nigga. I wouldn't have never said nothing if I fucked Mary. And my reply to them was, you never fucked Mary.
You never fucked Mary.
So
nigga.
you don't know what the fuck. Yes, the fuck you would, because I seen you post that ugly ass bitch on your page. Like, so don't tell me what the fuck you won't do. If you wouldn't, you posting the wrong bitch. The first thing I do, I look at the sign of attack. Like, you saying something to me, like, ooh, I wouldn't have never said nothing. Then I look on your page, you and your baby mama arguing, and I don't even know how the fuck you attracted to her.
You shouldn't say nothing about her,
man, shut the fuck up. If Instagram was around, I would have posted. Me and Mary would have been live. I'd have got my scene in. The world would have seen it. OnlyFans, whatever the fuck you got to think it is.
Said a lot worse things about Mary.
Man, yeah, and I ain't mean no harm.
So for one, I want to say this. When anybody's talking about shit prior to like 2000, right? Let's always think of this shit in another.
Yeah, man, stop
light,
that's
right?
the Freaknik era and all that. Now they
first,
want me to be
first
respectful.
of all, when we was young, a nigga can, I mean, you might get suspended or something, but niggas grabbed ass.
Yeah.
You'll go to jail for that right now.
Yeah.
So let's clear all this shit up now, right? And so But the way it happened, it wasn't even like it's like she kind of came with it and you didn't really bite the first time. And the next thing you know, y'all kind of got a real friendship or, somewhat.
No, I don't know what you heard. What you mean? It wasn't no build up like that. I mean, if you
wasn't no build up?
Nah.
Well, I was just talking about the first time.
Oh, the first time was the first time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
you
I
got
didn't
me
know.
talking about it again.
Yeah.
And I don't want. I'm gonna make this disclaimer one more motherfucking time. Mary, I don't mean no harm. He bought this shit up. Because you don't.
I don't mean no harm.
You're not gonna mess my opportunity up. Because you might have heard I came out. But if Mary tried to do that shit again, I'm in. I'm a Scorpio. What the fuck is you talking about? Get down. Fuck is you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Get down. Like it's for everybody.
Man, listen.
Huh? Oh yeah. Get the book.
But it is in a book.
It is. I put all that straight on Death Row. I had to look back up. I had to thank you, Quasi. Get the book though. So
but something to look forward to in the book, and we can get off Mary is.
Yeah. I love Mary, man. No disrespect.
Which we've seen many women do this. There's nothing wrong with what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
But because she was going through shit at that time too. Man. We all know about her, right?
Yeah. KC mad at me now because I said something about that book.
While I was gonna say,
you can say it.
Somebody knocked on the door. She thought it was him.
Yeah, she jumped on the damn floor like.
I just thought that was hilarious.
She jumped behind the couch.
Because I'm just living vicariously through you at 15. I'm like, man, this nigga was a player, man. Like,
that shit was fun too. You hear me?
And at the same time, but let's figure out how you found out that you could even have a chance with Mary.
So Suge called me upstairs. He was downstairs already with him.
This is the juicy part.
Yeah, Suge upstairs in the penthouse, and he's like, hey, old girl wants you to come back up. I'm like, who the fuck is the old girl? No, he said, come back upstairs, come along. So when he say come along, I just know either somebody up there finna get their ass whooped.
Right.
Something finna go down that he don't want me to bring nobody upstairs. But then he called back, hey, old girl want to see you. And I went back up there.
Yeah.
And she was sitting on the couch, and I'm like, shit. Like, I had been around in her presence. Like, seeing them kind of girls was all the time. Like, it didn't matter who you was.
Right.
But the fuck she gonna see me for when I'm sitting on the couch and shit and we talking and shit, and it was kind of like some grown people talk. Then it kind of got a little more grown up.
And the thing about it is what you can't look at, and this is to the viewing audience, is that, man, this is like a girl coming with her homegirl and she getting left in there lonely.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, they become choosy all the time.
It wasn't
like,
no
that ain't nothing
it
new.
wasn't no motherfucking, it wasn't no, let me see your ID.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't asked me for my ID because I would have showed it to her.
And
I wasn't
nigga, you
lie
rolling
about
with
it.
Suge Knight.
Yeah, and then what the fuck she
What the
finna tell
fuck you
me
gonna
now?
ask me?
My room is right over there. We in a penthouse. My shit right there. Fucking she finna ask me. I had a room downstairs and I had access to get in the room. I think she knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But she didn't know like she didn't ask me for my birth certificate.
Yeah.
But I gave her my birth certificate though.
Yeah. For sure that. And so
Black Heart.
we got to talk about who the friend was.
Yeah, oh shit, man.
That's what
You
makes.
must don't want me to go to New York no more.
No, that's not it.
You talking about Puffy baby mama. I'm not finna do it. I'm not doing that. Yeah, please.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Misa.
Yeah.
Right. This
Yeah.
is Puff baby mama.
Yep. She was at
The thing that I want, because this shit happens now, right?
Yeah.
And we try to.
Thank you.
We try to talk shit about all of these young dudes. Well, not we. I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
not me and you. I'm just saying, as a collective society, talk shit about the Kodak Blacks or the NBA young boys or the young dudes that they say do the fool, right? But it's no difference. Like, or sharing women or whatever.
Well, first off, I'm gonna definitely say it's a difference. But first off, even with saying that about Meeson, it looked bad, so to say. People take it in a certain way.
It looks horrible.
It does, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that you only can fuck with the type of people in your community that's in your community. You understand what I'm saying?
I've heard that.
So you'll find yourself, wanting to talk, I guess, to another celebrity because you're around celebrities. So she just happened to have talked to such and such and such and such and such. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like I think, let me go get at your girl. These are your options that you have. And my options is just the same as a motherfucker hanging around their college. You either fucking Tammy, Tamika, or Aisha.
That's
true.
true.
You know what I'm saying? But these Tammys and Tamika and Aisha happen to be celebrities.
I'm going to say she should have went New York Nick instead of Death Row.
Who?
Misa.
Why?
I'm saying
She came too far.
if we had to limit down to the community of a certain stature of
You
people,
saying stay in New York?
I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna or go Laker. Don't go Death Row. Like,
She was
she
nice.
went Death Row.
Yeah.
That was huge.
I think, I mean, you know, it's like baby mamas, man. Not everybody was so young.
Yeah.
If you really think about how
Yeah.
young she was and how young even Mary was and I was young, Suge was young. Even
Suge
during all
was
this time.
young.
Like, now that I be looking at it and I'm like, damn, I used to call dude like a daddy to me. This nigga in jail. I'm almost his age now. What the fuck? How the hell did this happen?
That's
you know, but we were young.
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, nobody gave Suge the manual of what to do with this record label. Nobody gave these women the manuals. All they was doing was trying to make sure that they was really in. That's what the fuck happened right now. You want to run with the runners.
Before social media.
Yeah, you want to run with the winners.
And I'm saying, it's not like, if we think of it in today's time, like, if you go to Suge Knight's hotel room, everyone's gonna know today.
Oh shit! If Instagram was that shit, like, boy, get the fuck out of here. You can't hide none of that shit. That shit we was doing, I'll still be in jail. Shoot, fucking Instagram. Hell no, cut that camera off.
You was on all of these records, right?
Yeah.
Like I Ain't Mad at You and Toss It Up and all of that. But like you recorded a single. You recorded Slip and Slide.
Slip and Slide.
Y'all was on an island somewhere in the video?
Mexico. Cabo St. Lucas.
And even
Mexico.
though you didn't really rock with Dog Pound and all of that, like they was there.
All they asses came off my budget. Hell yeah.
They charged it to that
They
budget.
I don't know why they don't like me. They all them be mad at me. I ain't know if I may have never been on their shit, but
Right.
I know for sure on my papers I got back was a lot of them
was
motherfucking flights.
on their motherfucking flights.
Fucking mad at me for I took you to Mexico.
Right. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, they don't like me.
But somebody got your jewelry
Yeah, somebody stole all my jewelry.
at the video shoot.
Yeah.
And you had your boys from home there.
Yeah, both of my homies was with me.
Do you think it was like somebody was y'all at a resort? Or
We was on
like-
the island. It was only blocked off. We was filming, and the scene was supposed to be me going. I went to do my last scene, and one of the scenes was filming as if me and the girl had sex. So all my clothes and jewelry was on the ground. So when it was time for me to come back and pick my jewelry up, all my jewelry was gone.
In my mind, before I heard you finish telling that story, the time that I did you hear tell it, I thought Suge turned somebody upside down until he found the jewelry.
What? Some niggas got turned upside down. We just didn't find the jewelry.
And that song was produced by Devante.
Devante. Genuine on the background.
Genuine on the background.
Genuine
and
on
the
the
hook.
background. On the
A
hook.
young
Yes.
Genuine.
Young Genuine before people even knew he was genuine.
You went to Rochester.
Yeah.
What they had over there? The basement.
The basement, yeah. Timberland and Magoo, Missy Elliott with the group Sister.
Sister. Tweet.
Tweet.
Was Tweet in that
Tweet
group?
was in that group. Yeah.
Damn, Tweet and Missy.
Yeah.
That was
Static. Those guys,
damn.
yeah.
And when you seen Magoo and all of those
Yeah.
guys, when you see Missy later on that was the Sister song when she said Puff Daddy be my pal.
I think-
Was
yeah,
that
yeah,
that
I
was
think it
her?
was, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Exactly.
Missy. Missy is raw as fuck.
Yeah.
But how is because like at that point you're known for your vocals. People know how dope you are.
Wow, thank you.
Is it like Danny Boy sing? Like, is it like do this show for me? Is it like do these live shows? Cause did y'all like do live shows together?
Who?
Death Row.
Yeah, well, I thought you was talking about other people. Yeah.
Yeah, cause it's not many Pac shows. Some people say that
Very few.
the fucking House of Blues was
House of-
like one of the only.
House of Blues in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio.
Damn, that's
and a couple of 662
Couple
performances in
6'6".
Vegas.
How was 6'6"
It was good. That was our club. That was
Yeah.
our stomping ground.
Statute of limitations up. You was too young to be there.
I
but-
was. Too damn young to be there. I was at the club at 15. 16 years old.
But Pac really
Drunk as hell.
Pac really liked you a lot too, right?
He
That
did.
was your brother.
I believe so.
Yeah, like and because he would I think you was was you the youngest around
I was the youngest, right?
until Bow Wow got there. No, I'm just fucking with you.
But she was gone. She was gone. I mean, he was gone already.
He was gone. Yeah. So you and the Long Beach cats though, none of y'all really just hung out.
So I worked with Corrupt before on some songs. I thought we was kind of cool. Me and Daz did some songs together.
Yeah, Dad's another good producer.
Man, he's incredible.
Yeah, Daz.
But
is,
I don't know. I think just because I was under Suge, that it kind of kept me from working with them, you know,
You
up to this day.
you met Biggie.
Yeah.
He smoked up all your pot.
All my motherfucking weed. All my weed. That's that same weed Quik gave me too. That same fucking bag.
Same bag.
I got out the hospital. I went and got another one of them motherfuckers. I'm at the hotel, knocked me out again. Yeah.
But you didn't know who he was?
Nah, I heard a nigga walking up and down the hallway, you know, rapping. And this was, you know, previous to the whole Death Row bad boy thing. And he was walking, we was in the La Montrose Hotel, and he was walking back and forth. And
Rapping?
On his motherfucking headphones, some dirty ass socks. Walking down the hallway and just rapping the verse, trying to get the verse together. You know what I mean? And if I'm not mistaken, I keep saying it, and I hope I'm right, but I believe it was the I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
Ooh, that's
I would kind of like
crazy.
hear him just like keep saying that shit, and then he smelled the weed on me.
Wow.
He like, man, you know where I get some weed at? And I'm like, I got this big ass bag. I'm like, shit, yeah, we can smoke. You know, I don't sell it. He like, for real? Let's go up to the roof.
Yeah.
And the bag was empty when we left off the roof. The nigga smoked all my weed up. It was fun though. But he
Damn.
could smoke like a motherfucker.
That's tight. That's dope,
Yeah,
man.
I smoked with him.
Rest in peace to Big,
Yeah,
man.
and he smoked with me the next day.
Oh, okay. And they was in
His
Cali.
weed wasn't that good though.
Of course not. He
No.
probably had some shit called
Quik
chocolate.
weed was good. Out of that shit. I've been trying to get this shit since. This was '96. Quik, if you still got the same hookup. No, I'm just playing. Faith Evans, you finna get me in trouble. You
I'm
know
not-
I just
I'm
dropped
not.
a single. It's called "Done Me Wrong," and it's coming out tonight at 12.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say the shit now because I don't want to fuck up any opportunity. But go ahead and say Faith shit because I'm gonna be honest as possible.
I just outside of what everybody else talked about,
Yeah.
the most intriguing thing I heard you say about Faith
Wow. What the fuck did I say?
is when she bought Tupac all of these clothes.
Swear to God, she did. Swear to God.
Like that was his bitch.
That motherfucker,
Like,
that
why
motherfucker
you
was just as big as
bringing
that
me
goddamn barrel he
clothes,
got
man?
over there. That motherfucker was big and it was
If
full
somebody
of
buy you drawers, y'all go together.
shit. Yeah, you better not buy me no drawers with my homie. What that say for the homie? You want some drawers, bro? You good? You like, what the fuck you want, homie? Nah, bro. Buy me everything but drawers. I'm kind of iffy about you if you buy me socks.
If you buy me
What
socks.
the fuck is you looking at my feet for? But she had drawers, socks, and all that kind of shit in there. So you calculate it and you say what it was.
Right.
That don't
And
sound like a fucking Christian.
that
box.
don't sound like no. And you know what's crazy about Faith too? I
What?
think
She married Stevie J after?
Yeah, no, that's
Oh.
the wildest shit ever.
His friend.
Because that's her son.
I don't know why she won't just go ahead and tell people, hey, like, nobody care. We know you did it. It'll blow up. Like we
It
know.
would blow up. Yeah, because she keep telling lies on
And she just say I did
documentaries.
about. You should have been. We did it by mistake.
Yeah, like
been nice.
yeah. That,
Ain't
and
that
she
what- I'm sorry, Faith though.
was wonder why they call you bitch.
That was her singing on it.
She's still on that song,
She's still on it today.
but they put Michelle.
They tried
on
to
top
hide
of
Michelle. You can hear Michelle horrible vocals on top of that.
Michelle can't. Yeah, I hear
I'm
Faith.
sorry. She sings really well now though.
Michelle does.
Yes, she does.
Faith is on that song clearly, but they recorded other songs.
Oh, did she? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that. But so Bad Boy wouldn't clear that for Death Row.
Nope.
Was you there in the studio?
Yeah.
When that was recorded?
Yeah. I was always in the studio. Yes.
That was at Can-Am.
Can-Am studio.
Damn.
And I would come back and forth in the studio, but I seen her in the booth myself, watched her record it. For sure.
Wow.
They... Yeah.
Wow. And damn. Biggie knew though.
Yeah.
I mean,
You seen the video he made?
yeah.
See.
And then he said if Faith had twins, she'd probably have 2 Pacs.
That's funny.
So
as
that
hell.
was very clever.
Yeah.
That's why we even consider him one of the greats.
He is.
'Cause he didn't have that much music.
He funny.
And I heard you say in order for her to get around, she used to wear a disguise.
Who, like the
Faith, like a
yeah,
little
she just kind of had the
hoodies
hoodie on
and scarves and shit.
shit on. I just think I don't know if it was a disguise,
Yeah.
but she wasn't.
You know what people don't realize? What was the timeline when Pac was on Death Row? Was it 9 months?
Maybe a year,
A year?
year and a half, maybe.
Fuck.
I feel like 10 and a half years.
Have you ever heard this, that Living and Die in L.A. was supposed to be Live and Die in the Bay?
No, I
You never heard that? I just wanted to know. Maybe you knew something. Man. But Suge, I heard Suge kind of was like an A&R too a little bit.
Man, Suge was the man putting those records together.
He was putting that shit
Yes,
together.
sir. Yes, sir.
So who was the other producer? Because Dre technically didn't produce a lot for Death
Nah,
Row.
he didn't do a lot of those records. Like, he did for Death Row, but as far as the All Eyes on Me album, producers like Quik and Quincy, QD3.
QD3 was raw.
Daz. You know what I mean? But there were musicians. That's what made the record good. People like Warren Campbell.
Yeah.
You know, Warren Campbell that bought us Mary Mary.
Right.
He was the piano player and the person that orchestrated all of that music and the musicians that they bought. That's what made Dr. Dre so dope. Is he bought the most incredible musicians in the studio to bring those records
And
together.
you know how you said he rented the thing so he could do like the other shit on the records. When I think about it, Pac had none of that shit. He didn't have none of that shit.
I think the longest thing it was on What's Your Phone Number, when he started talking at the end and you would hear the talking.
Yeah. What was the difference between Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me? Because Machiavelli is totally different.
Right.
Sound, that's Johnny J, right?
Yeah. The
The producer?
Machiavelli?
Is that who that is?
Yeah, Johnny J. Well, it was a couple of producers on the Machiavelli
Okay.
album, but the Machiavelli album Pac was on straight bullshit.
He was on bullshit.
Like he was mad and he was ready to.
That
show
other
movies.
shit was warming up.
The other shit was really him just getting out of jail and records that he was really wanting to create.
He
as
thought
records.
about those records
He thought
already.
about them. Like I
But
think
he
those
was the nigga by the time he was recording
by the time
Machiavelli.
Machiavelli was coming out, he was trying to get out there
And we
even.
please, people, put this shit into timeline though,
Yeah.
because nobody was recording no fucking 2 albums in 1995. No, I mean
Nobody
he
ever did.
had what? He probably had shit enough for 10 albums.
Yeah.
But nobody recorded this fast.
Yeah.
And I heard people say that Pac would throw a concept down and be like, "I'm done with this shit. Like, turn it off. Let's go to another one." Did
He
you
would go in there and
experience
rap. He would go in there and rap it out.
that? Yeah.
He would put a whole song down and be like, "All right, cut that shit off. Let's go to the next one."
So as far as your career, when it was time to do your debut album, I seen a lot of shit was going against your budget. But who did you work with as far as like writers and producers?
As far as then,
Yeah.
writers and producers, mostly DJ Quik and myself on writing, or they would have other writers that come in. The group Portrait came in and wrote some songs. Babyface wrote some records. I worked with Dallas Austin.
Okay.
If they was hot at that time, Suge was trying to get me in the hands of them working on the record.
Because your album just dropped. Not what you got going on. Your
Right.
debut album that never dropped.
Right. It had dropped about in 2010. Yeah. Yeah. They dropped it, I think, 2010 or something like that.
About 15 years later.
Yeah.
And that was because the company had bought.
Sold off and somebody just wanted to put the record out and make someone.
So, do you still get paid from that album?
No.
So, here's my next thing. Was Suge Knight a good businessman?
No.
He wasn't. Was
No.
he fair?
I think he was as fair as he knew to be. If he was a good businessman, he wouldn't be in the position that he's in now.
True.
One.
True.
Being in jail and being broke is two different things. You know?
True.
So obviously there was something that he wasn't handling to make
True.
sure that even if he's where he's at, to make sure that the bag is secured. At that time, he was one of the ones that had the most money around. So Suge should be a billionaire at this point.
Because I heard a story before, a Pac called and say, "Man, I'm not feeling this money shit or whatever," and Suge just come with a new car. Or he said he was trying to buy something, he come with a new car.
Everybody say that. Man, I just don't remember how Pac or why he would have been in a position of being unhappy. Again, let's look at the timeline. Let's not only look at the timeline of these records. He wasn't there long enough to be unhappy.
He was in trouble too.
First off, he had got him out of trouble. So people like Pac appreciate people that come in there and look out for them. Because all these people that talk that shit now, they wasn't going back because how much money was it? $1 million?
They could have went
So
and got
all these
him.
motherfuckers that's wrapping their mouth up now,
They coulda
nobody
went and
went and
got
put
him.
$1 million up to get them.
Shit,
So I
just
think-
a motherfucker. Just what's the Pac song where he's not in the video, where he was locked up and salt and pepper
Yeah,
and all?
exactly.
All the people in that video could have just put up a little bit of change.
So I
and got him.
don't. So, but he was the bad guy, and he was the one that he rode in the car with him, and he had him killed. Like
Right.
that's the dumbest shit in the world.
Dumbest shit in the world.
Dumbest shit in the world. He'd have to fucking kill him to get money off of him.
Speaking on that, because I know you got things to do too, so we're gonna speed it up. But
Yep.
speaking of that and Tupac dying,
Wow.
what was that like? You was in Vegas.
Yeah.
You was in the casino.
I was in the casino, but during the time of him getting shot, I missed a fight. Suge told me to meet him at the at 662, and usually I would be in the car with Suge and Pac, and myself would usually be in the car, and I got to 662 and we in there partying, and about an hour or so went by, and one of the security guards came running in the door, and he just started shouting, saying Suge and Pac had been killed on the strip.
Wow.
And we rode over to the strip, kind of went into panic. We all rode to the hospital. That's where we actually had an opportunity to ride to.
Did you actually see the BMW when it was wrecked?
Nah,
outside?
I didn't
Went
see
straight
it
to the hospital.
Straight to the hospital, and I wasn't allowed to kind of move around at that time because, again, somebody doing what they did, that wasn't a norm against Death Row.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? We was already wearing bulletproof vests, and we had top flight type
But
security.
you were aware of the fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What and I heard you speak of security real quick. What was it like as far as people talk about what's the brother's name? The ex-police officer.
Reggie Wright?
Not him.
Oh, the other one.
The one with the Impala in his garage and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't remember his name? Did you know him? Hey, David Mack.
It's a lot of them police niggas I named that they named. I don't remember those names.
You don't even remember them dudes.
No.
But you just knew you had security. But you.
I knew most of the
Reggie
security
White.
around. Oh yeah, I
Right.
knew most of the security that was
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them new names that start coming up. Was
Yeah.
more police
Okay.
type shit.
Yeah, I just was wondering about that. So like, as Pac is laying up in the hospital,
Wow.
did you leave Vegas?
Nah, I was there every day. I seen Pac myself.
You
in the
saw
hospital
him
every day.
Did
Every
it
day.
did everything seem grim, or did it seem like he was gonna make it?
Pac was in bad shape. You couldn't have told me that he would have died. Because, that it was bad, but it was like, all right, there's something that just happened, and the doctor's gonna make sure that he's okay.
Right.
And over the days, of us going in there and praying around him and seeing him in that position, the day before he died or hours before he died, I was there at the hospital. And I didn't find out that he had passed until some hours later because I fell asleep. And we all had taken shifts of being at the hospital. And when they said that he died, I think I heard it on the radio. And I hurried up over to the hospital, and I seen thousands of people in the street.
Wow.
Just bumping his records. And when
Wow.
I walked up to the door, the nurse that I usually see, she just came out to the door and she just apologized and said, "I'm sorry." And I remember like my PR guy and security snatching me up and taking me out the hospital
And you said you saw him.
every day.
So physically, was he wounded? Like where it just look, or did it just look like he's just in a hospital covered up and machines to him? Like how did he look physically? Did he look just out of it? Like
He was on ventilators and stuff,
Yeah.
He's hooked up to a lot of stuff. And I also understood that he was sedated and put under, But there was times that certain people would walk in the room, and I think he would give certain reactions.
little motion? Yeah.
I remember his mother saying something to him, and us being in the room, and his mother asked me to sing, and he started crying, like some tears rolled out, and went into his ears, and that was like one of the days.
Fuck.
So I definitely think that he was kind of alert, but really hurt.
And something that people don't know, just the general public at least don't know, is that you drove Tupac's remains back.
There's a lot of discrepancy with that. A lot of people want to claim that. It'd be the weirdest shit. But one thing I can assure is I remember receiving the Aim At You video, and at that time it was in the beta tape. And that video came for Suge. And probably about 2-3 hours after the video, Pac came to Suge house. And We had that was our first time watching Ain't Mad at You.
Damn.
And it was a video that dude never seen. And so it kind of like fucked me up. Like, you know, that I was kind of the only living person. So I believe I can put my hand on the Bible to say that I was one of the ones that definitely had his remains and took him back to LA. But I hear a lot of people say that.
Did he?
It weirded me out.
It weirded you out?
Yeah, because I know I remember things and I try to be as honest as possible. And people try to discredit and take credit for like weird shit. And I don't say that to take credit, because whoever did it or whoever took them there, that's a painful experience in itself.
The fact that you just said right now that they were even with Suge, right? I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew Suge up until this point, or did he ever give him to his mom?
That Suge was to get them to California, I think to Afeni.
Okay.
I think that was what he was doing.
Yeah.
It just happened to, Suge had a house in Vegas, and Pac was cremated there. in
Wow.
Nevada.
Damn. They hadn't violated Suge yet, right? They hadn't arrested him yet. How long did that take?
That took probably about 7-8 months after.
And
September, no, not even 7-8 months after, I'm sorry. Probably 3 months after.
And has Snoop left for No Limit at
No.
this point? He's still there.
Yeah.
But there's tension.
You wouldn't see this tension. I think everybody kind of nervous and scared.
Yeah.
So,
Of what though?
shit, niggas out to kill us.
Right.
It's no joke about it.
Did you ever feel threatened?
All the time.
Did you ever face it?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you know, niggas like that's Danny boy.
I've had niggas kick my door in. I've had niggas shoot at me as I leave clubs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
All the shit the Suge was getting, I caught a lot of it.
So when they arrest you, you on the road still. Are you anticipating at this time, Tupac dies in 1996? Is this the year your album is supposed to debut?
I mean, yeah, after Pac stuff.
After Pac.
Yeah.
Everything came to a halt.
And when they arrested Suge, we was working on a Christmas album. We was in the Bahamas.
Mm.
And we were working on a Christmas album with all of the producers and Roger Troutman.
Mm.
We were all working on the album. And they basically put a warrant out for Suge to come to the States.
Wow.
And that's when all shit broke loose.
Wow. So, is this when Michelle A kind of became the?
Michelle A and Reggie Wright and a lot of the other people, his assistants and brother-in-law, they all became in charge. And
She dropped a video called Hang Time
yeah,
with images of a fake Suge in there.
Mhm.
Was you still around?
nah, she got rid of me by then.
So, a lot of people don't know this. When you left, you worked at a mortuary.
Yeah, I work there sometimes still.
Still,
Yeah, I embalm.
you embalm.
I embalm, I dress, I drive hearse.
You had to go to school for that.
No, never been to school for it, and I'm really good at it.
How did you?
So I had a guy that was interested in Pac, the Death Row stories, and I was interested in what he do. And he told me one day to come back tomorrow. I went and got dressed and shit, and he was in there working on someone that what we call post-it. Post-it means that you've had an autopsy, and he was working on him, and he peeled his cranium over, his hairline over, pulled his cranium off, took his brain out, and passed it to me. And I'm standing there like about to throw the fuck up. the fuck?
Wow.
I got this brain in my hand, and I was intrigued on going there every day. And he would start, like after I started going, he would let me sing at the services, and then I started helping him dress people. Then I started helping sewing up.
Wow.
Then I get back there and I start embalming.
Wow. When you singing at these services, would people know that that's Danny Boy?
Oh, I sing at least 15 services now a month, right now.
Wow.
And they know it. And I work at least 5 or 6 of them, where I'm the person that's standing next to the casket.
Wow. I mean, I know some people that's in that work. I mean,
I did that and I worked at the cemetery. So
Wow.
there's no part of that I haven't worked. I think that's what kept me humble and what keep me.
and you're not scared of death whatsoever.
Let my scared of death?
Yeah.
Nah. Hell no.
Yeah, just a natural process.
It's a natural process. It make me respect people though.
Yes.
Cause I done bummed a lot of tough motherfuckers. I put a lot of tough motherfuckers like in caskets. A lot of niggas that play like they the biggest gangster in the world. I put them in caskets before.
Wow.
So I know what the fuck happened to the toughest nigga at the end of the day.
That's deep as hell.
I know what happened to you. And I got
Damn.
a key at the house to the casket.
Damn.
So when I lock your ass in there, you're not getting out.
You not like
What, flamboyant?
right, like
What you wanted me to be like?
no, I don't, but I'm
No.
saying
No,
I don't
pink is enough for me. I mean, I don't have nothing the matter with it, like, cause I like little flowers sometimes. You know.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like it's not even like how your family is tripping, right? It's not like I mean, you don't walk in the room, it's like, here go this nigga.
Yeah, but I be bringing my boyfriend. When
Oh,
I bring my boyfriend.
so that's what happened.
I come
that's
to the
what,
cookout.
That's what
my
happened.
niggas at the cookout with me. I was like, I love my niggas.
Yeah, love my
I miss my niggas. See,
Don't give a fuck what y'all
I'm sorry
talking
we're not
about.
together, but when we were together, you know,
Yeah.
I'm probably the only nigga there with his boyfriend.
Right,
You know what I
okay.
mean? I try to
So
be
I get it.
respectful, so
Yeah.
you know when it's dancing time.
Yeah.
I be going to dance like a motherfucker, but I don't dance because I try to respect people. I might
Respect people.
dance closer to the end of the night.
Right.
But it's
right,
weird
right,
because
right.
that's the only thing is
Right.
that my person is with me.
Right.
You know what I
right,
mean?
Right,
And I had a family member say, you know, we be cool sometimes if you just leave your guy at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, leave your fat ass woman at home. The
so,
fuck? Yo,
so where you at though? You in Chicago now?
I'm in Chicago.
Yeah, cause I still hear the shy all over you.
Yeah,
like you
I'm
still
in
got that. And I want to
I'm
ask you
on the
this:
west side too.
what do you think about, for one? This is a way more serious question. My second question.
Okay.
For one, the state of Chicago.
Sad.
Sad.
And like I said, I'm in a funeral home. So I know how many bodies, whether we get the body or some people that
Well,
I
we
know.
was just looking at 4th of July.
These
Like,
people-
what the fuck?
These people are shooting each other up. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. There's nothing funny, nothing cute about it.
Nothing, man. Sad for our people, man. And then the portrayal of Chicago, as far as the media covers it one way, and publications. But like, as far as like, you think Lena Waithe is doing a good job?
Who, Lord?
Lena Waithe with the Chicago, the show. You ever watched it?
No, I know.
The Shy.
I don't
You don't
even
watch
it.
TV? Yeah, well.
Yeah, because I've been trying to get on the show and they won't answer me.
I was about. I swear
So
to
The
you.
Shy,
This
please.
whole time you've been sitting here, I was like, the way this nigga talking, he need to be on this fucking show.
Yeah, they will not. Yeah,
Cause they need the authentic, the niggas that say they got
I watched the show a couple
what's the
times.
boy name? The rapper? I forgot his goddamn. But they put somebody on there from Chicago. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Vince Staples. That ain't his fucking name. Yeah, but I think of it. But yeah, shout out to her in that show. So for the future, you dropping a single, you dropping the album?
Single come out tonight at 12 o'clock. Done
Okay.
Me Wrong on all platforms.
Okay.
Just getting ready to shoot the video when I go back home off of this tour.
Okay.
We're on a 22-city tour with NAB Radio. 22 cities, doing the West Coast, Fresno, San Diego, and then we go to Las Vegas, and then we do a Midwest tour.
Is that your biggest market? West Coast?
Nah, man, it's kind of actually Chicago.
Oh.
But when I look at my statistics, most of the people that follow me on Instagram and followers have been like Midwest. But that's why I'm ready to get back out, man, so we can get that up. Because I was out here on the West Coast. I went
That's
back
dope.
I went to Atlanta, so
That's dope.
I want all that love.
Last question: with people that come out, which is it's not even a big thing no more. I think even some of them niggas faking.
Yeah.
But as far as you have the R&B, you have who am I thinking about? Frank Ocean.
Frank, yeah. Lil Nas X.
You have Lil Nas X.
Yeah, he cute too.
And those kind of guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
What?
Like,
I'm mad. I feel like I came
You
out
too
quick.
late?
I came out too quick. The fuck?
That's what I was really asking you. Like, nigga, you fucked up. You should have been came on with that
I
shit.
should have did what they. Yeah. When I talked to Suge about this shit.
Suge say
When I
that.
talked to Suge called me on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" I say, "What's up?" He said, "What's up with this gay shit?" I say, "What you mean?" He's like, "Shit, you could have told me I say, yeah, right. So he started laughing. He's like, you know what's fucked up? Is you let Lil Nas X. Danny boy, how the fuck you let Lil Nas X? He say, man, tell all them people about your shit.
Damn.
Don't nobody give a fuck about you gay. He say, man, kiss all them motherfuckers. He say, kiss them motherfuckers and make them know, goddamn it, because you should be doing that shit. So, you know, he wasn't against that.
That's
man.
why I like Suge, man, because
Man,
he's
I like,
still
man,
thinking like, man,
that
nigga,
was
what you
marketing.
think?
If I tell the shit that nigga told me to do with
That
this
nigga-
shit,
that nigga
I probably
genius.
will blow up.
Yeah.
Like, if I do the shit that nigga just told me to do 2 months ago, nigga, I'll be a 20 millionaire.
Man.
You hear me? But I ain't gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna just wait on this, what I'm doing.
That was my last question, but you brought that up. Before we go, Suge Knight, your relationship with him now, do you have a relationship with
Yeah.
Snoop? And how do you feel about the new role?
So
that little trifecta, right?
my relationship with Suge is when Suge called me, I answer the phone for him.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to make my way to see him. If he requests for me to see him and make a way for me to see him, I'll go see him.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Just for what he's done for me, what he's done for the culture. I appreciate him. My love is real.
For sure.
Me loving him is like a father or a big brother is real. Nothing can change that. Do I like how he played me? Nah, but he didn't play a lot of people right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got to kind of back up off of taking it so personal. In the situation that he's in, I'm just not willing to kick a man when he's truly down. You know what I mean? I think 28 years is extremely a long time.
Man.
You know, that's the rest of his life. You know what I mean? And that's something for him to deal with. That's something being away from his kids. And a lot of people even lost their family members and stuff like that. So they probably say he get what he deserved. But we reap what we sow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So there's no sense in me being, you know, sometimes when I say things about Suge, I'm just being honest. But if I was in position to feed him, I would. My relationship with Snoop Dogg, I never knew Snoop Dogg. I've said in interviews that I had a problem because he took some music down because it's messed up my financial portfolio monthly. So I have a right if it's affected me. If I went from $2,800 to $300 because of something that he did without explanation, I have a right to say something about it. But I don't know Snoop to have a problem with him. Don't know what he's gonna do with the new Death Row. I'm not interested in it because of the bad experience that I had with the old Death Row. But I will do a Death Row reunion tour if they decide to call me.
That would be
I don't
dope.
see that in the future because they never called me for anything to do with Death Row. I don't think they accept me as a Death Row artist, but I'm fine with that.
That's crazy.
I'm totally fine with that.
Man.
I respect Snoop. Snoop opened the door ultimately for Death Row for me.
Death Row for
and
everybody,
the other artists
yeah.
that came in.
Yeah.
So I'll never disrespect.
You ever knew Harry O?
I never met him.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a couple of things, and I talked to his wife a couple of times. But
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing what they do. I'm just happy to see him going, and his baby is back in his hands.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I pray that they do well with it.
That's right. Man, Danny boy, it's been an amazing interview,
Thank
brother.
you, man. I had a good time.
This is like, you know, like that's what I do it for. You know, the information to the people, to the young guy from Chicago, to the young guy from LA that, you know, may have looked up to you this whole time.
Wow.
Being able to be themselves, you know, being able to go through the rigmarole of the music business and come out on top, to find an alternative career, something that has sustained you while you weren't making music or while you were wronged by the music business.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story, man.
Thank you,
and
man.
just so, like, I really appreciate you. And I had a thought, too, real quick.
Yeah.
Nigga, you a stereotype.
What you mean?
You a gay choir director.
I'm ready. Your part, let's go.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you so much. God bless you, man. Thank you for
Thank
your
you, man.
platform. I appreciate y'all. And I look forward to coming back so we can talk about how the
Thank
record turned out.
But before we leave,
Yeah.
I need your social media.
Social media is, if y'all want to contact me, it is Danny Boy Stewart on Instagram. It's Danny Boy on Facebook. I have a Danny Stewart on Instagram, which is my personal account. But I'm always on my Instagram, Danny Boy Stewart. I'm always sharing stories about my food. I'm always sharing stories about upcoming shows.
Okay.
Oh, Danny Boys, I model myself as the singing chef. I am the preacher of R&B. Y'all please check out my single Tonight, Done Me Wrong on all platforms.
What's dummy right?
Done Me Wrong.
Done me wrong. I mean, and you done me wrong, nigga. I still ain't mad at you.
That's right. All right.
We gone.
I ain't mad at you, no, no. I ain't mad at you.
stay all blue.
Stay all blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save